I only have one mission today. It is to edit this story and make it better. So let's take a look at the story. The story is Sacks of Moist Unrealized Stardust. This is another story that I wrote during my 24-hour writing challenge back on January 15th of 2020. It was during that challenge that I got affiliate status, so I'm very excited about all that and working on all those pieces. But I wanted to get these stories right. Now, a few of the stories that I wrote during that stream turned out really well, and I think they're strong. Obviously, they could always get stronger, and I think they got stronger with the edits. This is one I feel like I fell short on. This is one where I liked the concept, but I hadn't done enough to play it out very well. And so I've jotted a few notes of things that will kind of add to the story. Don't expect it to be right even after this first edit, but I do think I can get closer, and so that's my goal today. So the story is called Sacks of Moist Unrealized Stardust by J. Wilburn. You're dying right now. That's what that feeling is. That's what's happening to you. I don't expect you to understand. You almost can't. You'd have to take the form of a human like I have to really get it. Live on a planet with oxygen without burning up in it, breathing it, thriving on the stuff. I know it hurts, but you could have left me alone to live my life out here unbothered. But you, the ones who sent me, the ones that sent you when I wouldn't come back, couldn't imagine that any more than you could imagine oxygen not eating you up right now. All right. There's that sentence. The ones that sent you when I wouldn't come back. Let me put another couple commas in here. When I wouldn't come back, couldn't imagine that anyone couldn't imagine. Let me be more specific about that. Couldn't imagine leaving me to be human. Let's say to just be human. To just be human any more than you could imagine oxygen not eating you up right now. So I think that works. All right. In a moment here, I'm going to add some stuff in, but I think it's going to be after this paragraph. I wish I could explain to you what it's really like to be human. There's no point of reference if you haven't tried it. What we are, what I used to be, there is nothing I can say that describes this. It probably is beyond a mystery to you. I imagine you think I've gone mad, or that being human in human form this long has somehow damaged my mind. I really wish I could explain it to you, explain it so that you could understand. Here's what I think is missing in the story. It needed a few quirks about being human instead of just this philosophical diatribe that the story kind of turned into. So let me add a few things in. I thought it would be eating and disposing of wastes. That terrified me before I was sent here. That seemed to come more naturally to me than I expected. Say blinking though. Blinking is crazy. Let me spell crazy right while I'm here. Crazy. It took me a while to get used to it. Alright, it took me a while to get used to it. I'm still not 100% comfortable with it. I thought it was a nervous habit I could just not do it. But you have to do it. I thought maybe it was about dry eyes, but we blink for all kinds of reasons. Okay. Figuring out how to just breathe without thinking about it is alright. Without thinking about it was a nightmare. Humans are incapable of not thinking about a thing they don't want to think about. You just sort of have to forget, and then some part of your brain you have no control over just sort of slips into control. Alright. I'm hoping, I'm even praying, yes, praying despite all we know about the universe, I'm still praying to whoever might listen that you were alone in finding me. I pray you got no signal out. I've been in this form long enough to disguise my unhuman qualities from even our kind, your kind, I guess. Even some humans don't believe in prayer. As irrational as they might seem to you, they drew these conclusions on their own. But they are capable of both faith and reason. It's not their most endearing quality, but their ability to hold opposing ideas in their head is a small part of what makes them something unique in the multiverse. Alright. Do I need to drop in something else here? Where are they? Okay. Yeah, let me do something else here. I use no tricks to stop you from taking... I use no tricks to stop you from taking me other than any human would be capable of doing given the knowledge I have of our kind. Alright, let me split here. Alright. Here we are. Lying is a very human thing. It should make them evil, irredeemable. Sometimes it does, but mostly it doesn't, because they all do it. Why are they compelled to lie to each other, like blinking or breathing? I'm done with that one. Alright, like blinking or breathing. I've had to do it from time to time to hide my true origin, or to spare the feelings of someone I've chosen to care about. Humans lie for these reasons and a million more. Alright. Telling the truth is harder for them than lying. The truth is easier. It is easier to remember, and it is easier to maintain. But they'll put in the work for a lie. Sometimes for all their lives. I'm saying that I'm telling you the truth, though, because it is easier. Because you won't be around much longer. Alright. Okay, we got lying. Okay, here we are. Humans are both fragile and pure killing machines. They can't withstand heat, cold, increasing gravity, drops in pressure, changes in atmosphere, or any moderate to severe damage to their bodies without aid. Yet their feet, hands, teeth, and minds are keen in the art of killing. Look what I did to you, even in your incorporeal form. Fragile, but deadly, and I embrace it. As deadly as they are, I find most of them to be kind and good, insofar as that can be measured. Alright. Their curiosity and the risks they go to in order to explore, simply to explore, is endearing. They are the friendliest, curious little killers. Alright, we got that. I'm going to reread this tomorrow too. Alright, so I've done that. I've done that. Alright. So we got hands, thumbs, singing, cooking. Sometimes I have the bruise, tell stories. Okay. Moving along here. Okay, if you'd taken human form, you might have caught me, but probably not. I obviously have far more practice at all this than you do. I'd have seen you coming from a mile away. Alright. Yet they so often go without killing. I know if you could still speak, so to speak, you'd argue about their food, their treatment of their planet, their acceptance of casualties with each of their new inventions. But all that is different. I'd never make you understand, but it's different. Cooking and eating is an art form, and like any art, it's beautiful. I'm not very good at it, but I'm working on it. Cooking is pretty simply applying heat to matter that humans can consume. Alright. Enough to denature it, not enough to carbonize it. Sounds simple, but that's where the art comes in. I shouldn't waste your time with all this because you don't have much left. But there aren't many I can talk to about these things. Alright, so we got that. Let me mark out cooking. Alright. None of that is truly cooking. That is the facts of life and death that our kind forgot long ago in our transdimensional immortality. I bet transdimensional is either one word or a compound word, so I'm going to leave it at compound. Our transdimensional immortality. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to give this a few more read-throughs to catch everything. Alright, putting our misunderstandings of mortality aside, some humans spend their short lives on Earth saving lives exactly because they are so short and precious. Each extra day they buy someone else is like a new eternity. You couldn't possibly fathom what this means with all the knowledge our kind possess. This concept, this meaning is beyond you in your current form. Alright, would I do something different here? I don't think so. Believe me, I thought like you for a long time, even after taking this form. I couldn't wait to be free of the boundaries of this fragile and strange body, but it grew on me. Not as simple as that, I guess, but close enough. Alright, let me do something else here. Humans don't even get what makes them special. They guess all the time and devote entire lines of study to the topic, but they don't get it. They think they rose to the apex of their world because of their thumbs. They think opposable thumbs made all the difference. Isn't that precious? All right. I'm left-handed, by the way. Seems I should be ambidextrous. I know I spelled that wrong. Let's see if I got it close enough for the computer to find it. Yes. Seems I should be ambidextrous. I tried to be right-handed because most people are, and I wanted to blend in with them. I didn't want to stand out, but like with blinking, it seemed I didn't have a choice. I became a left-handed person in a world designed for right hand activities. So very human of me. Alright, so I got that in there. Let me mark that out. So we marked out that he's left-handed. So I'm done with that one. Alright, so there's a couple key things I still want to sneak into this story about an alien taking human form. But I need to get a little further along. Alright. Crystal was the one who changed everything. Not even all of humanity, but one solitary individual. That's how special humanity is. It's the one. What the one changes. Okay. I think that's what I'm trying to say here. What the one changes is beyond all our collective eternity. Alright, so let me do something about her. She had her own quirks. She would have bruises all the time and never know why. I made her go to the doctor because I was sure it was a symptom of something. Who doesn't remember injuries? But it was nothing. Just another human mystery. She also told me the same stories over and over. That drives me crazy with most humans. They always tell stories. They always tell stories about stories. They tell you about TV shows, news they heard, stories someone else told them, or people will ask them to retell a story simply because one new person hadn't heard it yet. Okay, let me put a period there. Mind-boggling. But Crystal was different. I wanted to hear her stories again. I miss her stories, even though I have them memorized and could tell them to myself if I wanted. But it's not the same. Alright, I think that's good. That takes out this one. Alright. So I got a couple more key things I need to cover, but let's see if we can keep this moving forward. I went by Liam Garcia back then. I just picked two of the most common names, not understanding the cultural differences and connotations, not getting that these two common names put together made me stand out as uncommon, more than being left-handed. Alright, so far so good. Crystal saw and accepted me as she found me. I adapted quickly under her influence, and it taught me to love what I was with all my flaws. Alright. Let's put the next big section in here. Sex isn't just about procreation. It is still the evolutionary imperative it ever was, but hardly ever is just about the babies. Kissing is good too. Probably my favorite. Sex is great. I do crave it. But kissing means more than most humans give it credit for. All right. Laughing is even better than kissing, now that I think about it. Like breathing, it is kind of in control and kind of not. Like sneezing, but way better. Alright. It's like hiccups, but they are the worst. Alright. Sex is all tied up with love. Love is the most craved and least understood aspect of being human. It does make life harder and more complex. But it gives life a point and makes it better. even when it brings pain. I know you don't get that in your dying agony, but pain is a part of living. All right. Love gives purpose, and purpose makes life harder and meaningful. Alright, so we got that going. I like how that's playing out. So I got that done. It's complicated because everyone has a different sexual strategy, and they rarely match up perfectly, even for people deeply and fully in love. It makes for a lot of confusion and heartache. Sounds like I'm trying to talk myself out of being human, doesn't it? But I wouldn't trade it for anything. I wouldn't give back all the pain if it cost me a little of the good I experienced. Okay. So I got that done. Alright, there's two little bits that I'm going to add in at some point, but I think we're getting to the point of bringing it to a close. Alright, I outlived Crystal, of course. And I thought I'd never love another. I was almost ready to give it up, just like you all wanted me to. Shaving alone is a pain at the best of times. There are so many places to shave. I don't know where to begin, but humans can't evolve out of their... Hey man, thanks for dropping in again. Humans can't evolve out of their body hair fast enough for me. Okay, I got that done. Alright, now we're down to Penny. It was different with Penny. Not worse, not better. Well, better in some ways. Maybe just good in different ways. Some things about humanity are mysteries to me still, and always will be. Accepting that has set me free of the constraints of our kind and our obsession with knowing everything that leaves us empty of what simple humans can enjoy. I told Penny what I was, and she almost left. In the end, she came back, and I felt guilt at having not shared all I was with Crystal before her. I outlived Penny too, as I may be doomed to outlive anyone I dare to love, but the possibility of love lost, the certainty of it, makes it all so important in a way that our common immortality does not. Alright, I'm going to change this ending here too. Alright. I'm not sure if your consciousness has dissolved too far to still hear me. I suppose it doesn't matter really. I miss Penny's singing. She was a great singer, and a song is a story people love to hear over and over. I'm a worse singer than I am a cook, but I still do it often when I'm alone. I find it helps me deal with fear. Most people listen for other reasons. Most people listen to music for other reasons. All right. Okay. I had him losing this person at the end, but I think I'm going to hold on to her. Okay. I love Gwen too. Alright. Okay, I knew you were near. I can keep that. No, I'll keep that. Alright, so let's see. Alright, when you came upon me, I knew you were near. Okay, I love Gwen too. It does not lessen how much I loved the other two. If they were still alive, it would be different. More complicated, for sure. I never cheated on them like many humans do. It is a form of lying, maybe the worst form. As in all things, I find the truth simple and best. All right. I know I will outlive her. That makes having more time with her all the more precious. I hate you for trying to take that away from me. I feel satisfaction at seeing you suffer for that attempted theft. Maybe I'm a friendly little killer, just like all the other humans. We give ourselves, let's say, we humans give ourselves a pass for self-defense. Alright, here, let me jump into the next part. When you came upon me, I knew you were near. I hope you're the last, but I'm wise enough to doubt it and prepare for another to follow and another after that. It's worth the fight to me. I hope it's not worth it to your kind, given enough time and loss. Alright, I think I've done a solid there. I'm certain of a few things within the uncertainty of being human. I will live longer than most of them. That is a bit of a cheat and probably shades my experience of pretending to be one of them. I will probably love again when goes first. I can't imagine not denying myself that experience. And lastly, one day I will die, and knowing that gives every moment meaning. As I watch you break, not understanding anything I've explained to you, maybe not even hearing me any longer, I know you have missed out on so much. You appreciated none of the moments of your near immortal existence. So I pity you, I hate you, and I pity you. One thing I will fight is ever submitting to becoming one of you again, to my dying breath, and may it never come at your demand. Alright. Again, I don't think that story's perfect yet. I think adding in a few more quirky little things about being human made it better, and was kind of sort of the point of the premise of the story anyway. This idea of this incorporeal race of beings sending someone down to study humans, and then they decide to stay human, and maybe somebody coming in from the outside would appreciate the enormity of being a human being more than we do. So kind of filtering our life and our experiences, the good, the mundane, the strange, and the wonderful, sort of through his senses and his fight to remain human, I think was something special. I was trying for maybe even something poetic, so I don't think I'm quite there yet, but I think I'm closer, and a few more passes may make this story into what I was hoping it would be.